Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the Donnie Glover Show. Be More News, a stalwart in the community, a show that's been going on for years. And, the host, Donnie Glover. You know, when you talk about a living legend, you got to talk about Donnie, got to talk about the Baltimore area, got to talk about Washington, D.C., and you definitely got to talk about his book, I Am Black Wall Street. When you begin to think about your day and think about what you have planned today, let's think about how we can make a change. What can we do to change the lives of somebody that's in our space? Hi, I'm Eric Kelly III of the Black Business Olympics. I am the guest host today. And if you had an opportunity to watch the show before, when I come in, it's called the EK3 Takeover. And the Black Business Olympics is one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. And before we get all involved in the show, first of all, I like to thank Donnie. I like to thank his audience for allowing me to come before you and talk to you about business. I am Black Wall Street. When you begin to think about Black Wall Street, you have to begin to think about what happened. You know, Many people would begin to talk about that $1.6 trillion that's in the Black community. We continue to hear that money only circulates in the Black community for only 6 hours. And I submit to you that those 6 hours is when we get the check, we come home, and we spend the money the next day. The wealth gap is $171,000 versus $17,000. Now, many people would say, wow, that's a big gap. Well, if you think about how to destroy that gap, you have to think about what has to be done. We hear many people talking about reparations. No, it's not reparations. 40 acres and a mule. Even though 40 acres and a mule for Black people in this country would transform this country into what I believe would be a better and safer place for Black people. Now, let's go back to the wealth gap, 171,000 to 17. You know, what would destroy that wealth gap if Black people all over North America would open up a business? Now, many people would say, well, Dr. Kelly, what do you mean by that? Well, look at it like this. During the time of Black Wall Streets all over the country, Oklahoma, Durham, North Carolina, Los Angeles, Oakland, New York City, virtually every city in the country had a Black Wall Street. Now, many people would say, where was the first Black Wall Street? Well, of course, we know the first Black Wall Street was Durham, North Carolina. Yeah, a place where Martin King came, W.B. Du Bois came, and they looked at Durham and said, this is a little different. And when you begin to talk about something that's different, you got to look at what Black Wall Street represented. What Black Wall Street represented was the progress of Black people in this country. You know, when urban renewal started, and some people call it urban removal, when they started putting highways in places like Hayti, which was Durham, North Carolina, put the highways right in the middle of the Black community, destroyed the Black community. And then in places like Oakland and California, they burned those communities down. And then in New York City, in Seneca City, which is now right in the middle of New York, they just took that land from the Black people. And then Oklahoma, they bombed over 300 business owners. And when you think about all of these things that are happening, when Black people are going up the ladder of progress, you have to understand once these businesses are destroyed, we as Black people decided that, hey, how can I start my business over that I got a 10 or a 20-year business, a legacy business, and now I don't have any money? Now, not having money and having to rebuild our lives, what did black people do? Well, black people began to buy products and services from other nationalities. And that's what the destruction of Black Wall Street was all about. It was not about, black people having a problem. It was about black people were going up the ladder of progress and passing and becoming a super race of people who were self-determined to build in their own communities, like other communities all over the world. And so when you look at the wealth gap, you got to think about that for a minute. Well, I say it's the takeover. I'm Dr. Eric Kelly III of the Black Business Olympics. If you'd like to see my artwork, you can go to erickellymuseum.org, or to get more information about the Black Business Expo, you can go to Black Business Expo USA. And now, as I said, I want to thank Donnie Glover for letting me and allowing me to come into your house, come into your homes today, and talk a little bit about the Black Business Expo and the Black Business Olympics. And what we're going to do right now, as I say, we're going to do the takeover. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to play our commercial. And we want you to pay attention, because this is Dr. Eric Kelly III with the Black Business Takeover, and we're ready to take over now.
that entrepreneurs all around the world just want to be seen, heard, and provide great service? Well, I know that there is an expo that's going on to help entrepreneurs all around the world do just that and much more. Hi, I'm Dr. Lotus Richey. I'm the CEO of Lotus Richey Life Coaching and Consulting, along with being the show host of the Lotus Richey Night Show, news you can use and bring who you are. And today I'm bringing to you some amazing information about the Black Business Expo USA, hosted by none other than the remarkable Dr. Eric Kelly. And I welcome you to jump on board this wonderful train that is helping unite businesses all across the planet during the Black Business Expo USA. Here's a word from the CEO of the Black Business Expo, none other than Dr. Eric Kelly.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eric Kelly III, and I'd like to invite you to the Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in the world. It gives your company an opportunity to showcase, to market, to advertise your products and services worldwide. And for those who would like to speak or be a vendor, corporation or company, I implore you to give us a call at 909-308-9090 or go to our website, www.businessexpousa.com. My genius is understanding your vision and utilizing your vision to help you earn a profit.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donate.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business. I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business. I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business. I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business?
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know? A student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losers, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of black business in the history of the world.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. Oh yeah, I am black business.
And of course, I am Black Business. From the moment I wake to the moment I sleep, I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? That's the question that we have for you today. Are you Black Business? And what does that really, really mean, Black Business? The Black Business Olympics is what the topic today is. And the Black Business Olympics is a broadcast that happens in STEM City, USA, where you can see it. It also happens on YouTube, Hulu, and of course on YouTube and Facebook and several other private networks. And the reason I say the private networks because there are a tremendous amount of Black business owners who have their own networks. And now when you say having your own network, what does that really mean? That particularly means that you have a network of people all over the country that you reach out to each and every day. And I think one of the things that people miss about networking and connections is the mere fact that the mere opportunity for you to network and connect with people in today's society is broader than it's ever been. When you think about the cell phone, when you think about video that you can put across on the cell phone that goes all over the world, one of the reasons that the Black Business Olympics exist is to create a global community. And what do I mean by a global community? What I mean by that is if you're a business owner and you want to expand your capacity for business, the opportunities are endless when you look at your cell phone. When we begin to talk about the average age on the planet, not just the average age in your city, the average age in your country, but on the entire planet. When you look at the $1.6 trillion that Black people have in America, and then you look at all of the other places around the country like Brazil, Australia, Africa, Europe, China, Japan. Singapore, when you begin to look at all of these places, you have to understand what the age group is. And I'm saying this for all those business owners out here who are thinking and creating and working in their business. The average age is 29. I want you to let that sink in for a minute. The average age is 29. So in America, it's 27 to 28. In Europe, it's 27. In Brazil or in South America, it's 28. In Africa, it's 15. Think about that for a moment. The largest continent in the world is 15. Europe is 27. And of course, as we look at Australia, it's 25. So if you're in business and you're creating a business, you have to begin to think about who is your audience. And if your audience is 35 and 40-year-olds, in 10 years, you're going to be out of business, or you're going to be making some major shifts in business. Now, what is the Black Business Olympics? Why do we do it? And what do we believe? These are three ingredients that we have to talk about. The first one, why do we do it? The reason that we do it is to raise scholarships for kids. To raise scholarships for kids and get our kids out of the entertainment culture. What do I mean by the entertainment culture? Our kids, our young people are actually being pushed by major media, by their friends and their families, by radio, TV, newspaper, to be athletes, to be entertainers, rappers, singers, dancers, strippers, and to be criminals. All of this is the entertainment culture. Now, what do I mean by the entertainment culture? Well, what I mean is who's getting paid for what they are actually doing. While Our youth are entertaining people on TikTok, and other nationalities are getting paid off of TikTok, while our kids are getting ready and spending 18 years getting prepared to go to the NFL, the NBA, soccer, baseball, and all of these sports. Only 1% make it. So what happens to the rest of that 99% that don't make it in athletics? Even though their families have spent, 18 years with that kid or 18 years with that student, grooming him to be a slave. Some people say, what do you mean grooming him to be a slave? Well, they have an NBA draft. That's interesting. Well, grooming him to go out and perform and to entertain. Now, how do we change that? How do we change that? And I'm going to discuss that a little bit later. Now, the Black Business Olympics is a broadcast that's broadcasted over the IBM network, Pod TV, STEM City, and this great network also. And what they are doing is something revolutionary. They're building, or we are building, capacity for businesses to do businesses all over the world. Now, the why is to raise scholarships for students. And for those of you who have not ever heard of the Black Business Olympics, what I am going to ask you to do today, I know you're on your computer. I know you're on your computer. So after the show, I want you to go to YouTube. And when you go to YouTube, I want you to type in Black Business Olympics. And when you type in Black Business Olympics, you will see the Black Business Olympics from the moment that we started until now. How did we get started? Well, when the pandemic hit, we had to pivot. The Black Business Expo had been going on for over 20 years. Started in 1991 and began to be an event that my grandmother started. And of course, when you begin to think about an event that somebody started, you got to go back to the genesis of what this event and what it was all about. Way back in 1975, I graduated from high school and I received an art scholarship to go to school. With that art scholarship, I went to North Carolina Central University and I changed my major from being an artist and changed it to visual communications. And then after graduation from college, I went on to start an advertising agency called Kelly Worldwide. And that Kelly Worldwide agency began to do advertising with companies in Durham on Black Wall Street, which is Parish Street in Durham, North Carolina. One day, my grandmother walks into my office and says she wanted to do an event. In those days, it wasn't called an exposition. It was called a trade show. And so she wanted to do an event where she brought Black businesses and corporations together to do business. My grandmother, her name was Lovella Stansel Kelly. Not going to go on the Stansel piece, because if I go on the Stansel piece, that'll be a whole nother hour, because my great grandmother had 20 kids. My great grandfather came to that party with 10, so that's over 30 kids, and that's a story in itself. And so my grandmother brought an idea to me, and I took that idea and I created for her the Black Business Expo. And that Black Business Expo was going on until the pandemic hit. And when the pandemic hit, I talked to my mother about what we were going to do. And many people were doing what we call shows on the weekend. because everybody was locked down, everybody was in their house. And so what started as a joke in a meeting, and I said to my mother, you know, we ought to do it in Olympics because people are at home and people are hurting and people are looking for what to do. And so what we decided to do was a Black Business Olympics. And that Olympics was scheduled to be 7 days a week from 10 to 4. And I thought 10 to 4 would be a good time where people would have had their breakfast, sat down, and it's a good time for them to just sit down and watch a broadcast that would talk about business 7 days a week. And so what happened was I started calling on people. I started using the social networks, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, to find speakers. And what I found out was speakers all over the world were interested in speaking. But when you start calling people all over the world, what happens is there's something called time. Eastern Standard, Central Time, time in Africa, time in Singapore, you know, different time zones all over the world. And so what happened was I had people who said they would speak from 8 in the morning until 8 at night. And so we scheduled it 7 days a week, and each one of the days was broken down for different parts of your business. So on Monday, we did business empowerment, business education, and business inspiration. And we had 12 speakers from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night to speak in different parts of the country all over the world. Now you got to imagine when we first started this, we were looking at, we're just going to do a small show during the week. Now Monday was an exciting show as we had so many great people to come on. And then on Tuesday, we decided to do advertising, public relations, marketing, merchandising, and sales. If you're in business, this is the area that you have to look at. Okay, what am I going to do in terms of advertising my business? How I'm going to handle the PR part of my business? How I'm going to handle the marketing, sales, and merchandising? Understanding that on Monday, we talked about inspiration, the inspiration of my business, the education part of my business, how I'm going to be empowered with my business. And so Wednesday, we decided to do, because we were in our homes and not able to go any place, we decided to do social media. 64 ways to do social media. How do we use social media to do business? And this is critical because utilizing social media, utilizing your computer, your phone, your iPad, whatever apparatus that you had, allowed you to do business online without spending anything other than your time. You can use Facebook, you can use YouTube, you can use Googleini, I call it Googleini, Google, and you could use social media to get your information out. And what we did was we had people who on Wednesday talked about social media, talked about the internet. And then because of the metaverse, which is rapidly approaching us, and we are in the metaverse with STEM City, the metaverse was another area that we were able to present to people to look at doing business. That's Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we were able to do what I call diversity, equity, and inclusion. Many times you hear diversity and inclusion. And I would say, well, if you're not included, then you can't do diversity. But the real piece that many people don't talk about, and that is equity, money. So we had women from all across the world to come and talk about diversity, and inclusion. What it means, what it is, what it means, and what it is. That was what we did on Thursday. Now, on Friday, because I said earlier that the average age in this country was 29, which means that you have to bring your youth in and talk about your youth. You have to bring your youth in and talk about how we are going to bridge the digital divide. The digital divide. There are young people who are 15, 16-year-old who are millionaires. How do we share our information with them so that they can stand on the shoulders of our legacy? And so what we did on Friday, we had young business owners to come on and talk about their companies in different areas about their companies. Then on Saturday, I talked about the entertainment culture earlier. And so on Saturday, we talk about Black business and the culture. Black business and the culture, which means that now instead of talking about being an athlete, we're talking to sports agents. Now, instead of just writing the book, we're talking to people who are publishing the book. Now, instead of talking about singing and dancing and being movie stars, we are talking with agents on how to do business from an agency perspective. As we've heard the horror stories of many athletes who have gotten millions and millions of dollars of contracts and ended up being homeless and broke. And so Saturday is a time to talk about Black business and the culture. And for those of you who do not know, Sunday was a time to talk about Black business and the church. What's going on with Black business and the church? We have bishops all over the world to come in and talk about Black business and the church. And those are the 7 days that we do with the Black Business Olympics. And the reason I wanted to break down that for you is so that you can understand one of the reasons we're on this broadcast, because we're in partnership with Black USA News. And again, I want to shout out to Donnie Glover for allowing me to come in and do the show. Now, those 7 days are done on each month. We started out doing it in November in 2020. 2021, we did it quarterly. And now in 2022, we are doing it every other month. And next year, we're going to do it every month. Now, people want to know, what do we believe? We believe that we can build a network that's live 365 days of the year, that will give us a network to speak to Black people all over the world and build capacity and build businesses for companies who come on the broadcast to speak. I know many of you are sitting there and say, well, Eric, Dr. K, when is it going to be? It's going to be November the 19th through the 25th. If you want to be a speaker on the platform, we have about 10 slots left. You can call 919-308-9090. And many people say, well, how much is it? What is the cost? The cost for you as a business owner is free. And people say, well, there's nothing free. No, there is nothing free. What we're asking you to do all over the world is to come and share your resources so that the kids that are watching the show that we're giving scholarships to can see you in a different light. In other words, if you go to NBC, CBS, CNN, and I didn't want to mention none of those networks today, you're going to probably see Black people in a negative way. Our kids are watching that each and every day. Our business owners are watching it. You are watching it each and every day. But it's negative. But when you come to the Black Business Olympics, it's positive. And what you get an opportunity to see is Black businesses doing great Black things and talking about business all over the world. And we believe if we can get our kids to see us in a different light, then that ladder of progress that we started on can be reignited in their minds, and they can change the world. They can truly change the world. The Black Business Olympics again is going to be November the 19th through the 25th. I'm going to take a break, and at this break, I'm going to share with you a gentleman by the name of Bernard Key, who's in the metaverse. He's working with STEM City USA, and he created a commercial for us. And I'm going to share that commercial with us as I take the break. But while I'm taking that break, I'll also share with you some of the speakers that we're possibly going to have.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo. One of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. Oh yeah, I am Black business.
I hope you enjoyed that. I really hope you enjoyed it. But you know what happens? And I know we got a little echo, but I want to add something to the screen. I want to add just a little bit something to the stream, and I want you to witness the Black Business Olympics.
We are doing greater things. Are we more powerful than Jesus? Absolutely not. Are we Jesus? Absolutely not. But he's given us this opportunity. As I'm sitting in my office sharing with you right now, this morning, Hispanic brothers and sisters, and I say this, us 40 years ago, they're doing what we went through when we came out the cotton field. So why not help them? Why not empower them? They're just like us. We're all trying to get to heaven, but we all want to get there looking good.
Yes, I like that. And so I want to thank you for sharing your information with folks. Please tell us again how people can connect with you.
Going there and vice versa is so erroneous. It is so erroneous.
I can believe it. I've heard some things myself, but I know this with folks like you, folks like me, folks like Tommy, Dr. Kelly, going over there, sharing our story, sharing our wisdom and knowledge, it will help change that narrative for the better. So I got to tell you, I can't wait to get started. And I know Tommy's here. So Tommy, come on out. We're ready to see you. We're ready to have you out here with us. All right. Fantastic.
Yeah, I did just get back from Africa, and I was in a conference with SMEs, and we call them subject matter experts here, but they're small, medium, and small and medium enterprises there. And these people in the room are small business owners, medium-sized business owners who are looking to have global connections, right? And so by us coming there, thank you, Dr. Ruben West and Dr. Juma Nishan, for putting it together, GPP, Global Partners. And we came together to learn more about each other's businesses. And what came out of it is we will be doing training across the pond for these SMEs in all different kinds of areas. So it's awesome. Tremendous work that we're doing when we go to Nairobi, Kenya.
So let me ask you this. I saw you a few times where you were training an adult population, but I know you're doing magnificent work also with the younger generation, really grooming them and helping them get that entrepreneurial spirit. And you're really helping to fan the flames to ignite that fire over there as well. Tell us more about the youngsters that you're dealing with there.
Oh, well, see, they're considered, that's a great question. And they're considered youth from ages 18 to 35.
Wow.
So youth ages 18 to 35 constitutes 450 million people on the continent.
That's a lot.
Come on.
That's enormous, actually.
450 million people. Now, there are like 223 million people in all of America.
Yes.
And this market is saturated. And so let's just play with the numbers for a second, Lotus. Even if you captured 100 million people between the ages of 18 and 35 that could afford a $10 a month product.
Skyrocket. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And so we're creating products that will help them learn. They're hungry for knowledge.
Yes.
You know, the difference is here in America, we don't have to pay for K through 12.
Right.
It's free.
Yes.
And how many out there know when you have to pay, you pay attention?
Exactly. Because you got to pay to play.
Hey, they have to pay for education K through 12.
Yes.
And so they're always hungry for knowledge.
Yes.
Unlike some of our constituents here in the United States.
Yeah. You know, it's I grew up and I went to Catholic grammar school and I went to Catholic high school. So my parents had to pay for me to play. And it is very different when you have to pay because your parents are working really hard. Yeah. Or if you got a summer job, you're working really hard too, maybe to help get yourself some school clothes or to do some of the other activities during the school year or to help pay that tuition, whatever it is. But here in the United States, we see education very differently. Now, as you know, I do a lot in Nigeria, Africa, and Burundi, Africa, and of course, they pay to play as well. Right. And so I think what you were talking about the narrative there, as it comes over there from us and as it comes back from them to us, we have got to help ourselves, people of color, help people of color there, really change the dynamic of what's going on with education and the way we communicate one to another, both in our private lives and in business. So I cannot wait. I'm actually supposed to be going over in, I want to say it's going to be around May or so. I'm working on something in Ghana. So I'll be going over to Ghana and I cannot wait. I'm super excited. I was actually supposed to be going in 2019, but of course we all know what happened in 2019. Yes, we do. And so that kind of slowed my roll, but I cannot wait just to be in the midst of where most people look like you and I. Yeah. How was that for you when you went there and that was the case?
That part. Have you ever been?
Not yet. My first trip to Africa would have been in 2019. Now, I've lived abroad, but I had not been to the motherland, and I can't wait to go.
Listen, when you set foot, it's almost surreal when you set foot on the continent. When you set foot on the soil. Yes. It's airline attendants, bankers, businessmen, realtors, grocery store clerks. Everybody looks like you. Yes. And so there's no need for code switching. There's no need for fronting and pretending. And you just you. And the thing that is so magnificent is that they're gracious. They want us to come, but many of us won't go.
And they value us. Yes. I have so many friends that before 2019 were traveling there. I spent a lot of time in the virtual space with people from various parts of Africa. As you know, I'm one of the ambassadors for the organization, the Foundation Lab in Burundi, South Africa. And I'm also the co-founder of Women Reach Out with God Initiative in Nigeria, Africa. And I got to tell you, it's just amazing. When I first started working with Women Reach Out with God Initiative with the founder, Shirley Murphy, we focused on making sure we were helping young girls and young boys. And to see my shirt over there and banners with my logo and everybody looking like me, and I hadn't even touched ground yet. Oh my goodness. It was like I could hear them doing the chant that they did for Muhammad Ali. Lotus Boombaye, Lotus Boombaye. And I hadn't even got there yet.
well, what I will say is, we have this narrative that they are swinging from trees and wearing loincloths, and many people still have that narrative. A lot of people who have gone over and come back and realize it's not like that. Right. The truth of the matter is there are remote places like in the Masai Mara, where they are in a culture that's different from what we're used to. But for the most parts, the cities, matter of fact, Nairobi, the capital city of Kenya, is larger than Chicago, with tall buildings and skylines. Yes. And, here's the thing that boggled my mind. If they're so poor, which is what the narrative is, if they're so poor, why is Microsoft, HP, Oracle, Volvo, why are those companies there?
And why are these new companies that are making why are the companies that's focused on the 2019 pandemic building buildings over there? Because it's one of the richest places on the planet.
Oh my God! Did you?
And not only when we talk about natural resources, let's talk about the people
Yes.
who are also natural resources.
Yes.
Some of the most brilliant scientific minds are found there.
And of course, this could go on all day, all day. And as you can well see, it looks like Tommy Morgan Jr. is on the screen. And this is the kind of thing that you're going to get at the Black Business Network. Wanted to share that with you because I know when I talk about it and you don't see it, you don't believe it. And so with that being said, I'm going to go to a quick commercial, come right back, and we're going to really get involved. And maybe I'll let you see just a little bit, listen to a little bit of Tommy. Well, they already getting started, you know. Hey, if you're not at our show, you are truly missing it. It's you know, it's what we do. It's what we do. It's what we do. I'm going to go to a quick commercial. Be right back.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur, or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dreams by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be losing, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympic.
And we're back. You know, I'm having a wonderful time. Want to thank Donnie Glover for allowing me to come in and say to all of you, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit on the sidelines? If you watched our commercials, one of the commercials said, I am Black business. From the moment I wake to the moment I sleep, I am Black business. Are you Black business? That is the question today. For those of you who tuned in a little bit late, I'm Dr. Eric Kelly III. I'm the founder of the Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Olympics is 7 days a week. Starts September 19th through September the 25th. 7 days of business, 7 days of over 145 business owners talking 24 hours a day about business. Yes, indeed, I shared with you a few minutes ago a little excerpt of what it looks like. And again, as we move to the next phase of our lives, I want you to think about how are you changing the world for young people? What are you doing about changing the world for business owners? Today, take some time out if you're outside, if you're moving around, and find a Black business. Go to that Black business. Meet the owner of that Black business. Ask that owner, why do you exist? Why are you doing this? Learn about them. Understand that their success is your success. Many people say the only way to build a community is one person at a time. that all of us have to come together and build on that community. Well, what I would say to that is, we are all we have. We are all we have. We are all we have. I'm Dr. Eric Kelly III. If you'd like to get in contact with the Black Business Expo, you can call 919-308-9090. If you'd like to be a speaker, you can email us at erickelly45@gmail.com. And for those of you who just tuned in, I want to thank Donnie Glover. And as we say, I'm EK3 from the south side of Durham, North Carolina, saying goodbye. And as I always say, what you're looking for is looking for you. Thank you so very much, Donnie Glover, for allowing me to speak. And thank you for today. And right now, as I always say, genius is common. And I'll see you on the other side.